Good afternoon, Barbados. Listen, you see this smile? I am so excited. I am so excited. I just want to say thank you for your support of the March and Rally Barbados. Yeah. I mean, Bajans are coming up. Listen, they're coming through. They are coming through. Y'all, listen, get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. This is the Marcia Week show. And this is where, on this show, things happen. We make things happen. We make things happen on this show. And this is not just a talk show, but it's action. Right? We're ready for action. Hey, my warriors are coming in. Those who are watching on Vision, good morning or good afternoon. I'm so excited. I'm mixing up the time of day. But listen, I am excited. I am truly, truly, truly excited. Listen, warriors, share the kind of support that we are getting for this march and rally, both in Barbados and outside of Barbados. Listen, this will make your head spin. Come in here. You got to hear all of this stuff, guys. You got to share it up, man. Share it up. Share it up for me now. Share it up. Share it up. Listen, listen, listen. It's awesome. It's awesome. There is so much support on the ground. I don't have any time for negativity because, listen, when we started out this, right, we didn't have any money. We had some money that the police was going to get returned to us, a refund. And we didn't have anything much more, and then we had a few little dollars there. But let me tell you, the kind of support that is coming in, I think we might have to go on march every week. Because I think Bajans are saying enough is enough. They're not having this. They're not having it. Listen, those of you who are joining me for the first time, let me tell you about what is happening. So what is happening is that this Saturday, Watch Out My Children is putting on, hosting a march and rally in Bridgetown. And you might say, what is this march and rally about? It's all about parental rights and child rights, right? Children's rights. And we're seeing a trend. We've seen a trend in Barbados and in some of the other islands, and especially internationally, that is causing a lot of the parents in Barbados and throughout the region to be very concerned about the most precious gift that we could ever have, our children. And I think that is why the support is so much. There is so much support. There is nobody that we've called for help that we have not gotten the help from. And that is telling you guys that people are saying, we don't want this kind of thing around her. Leave our children alone. I believe that is what they are saying. Leave our children alone. And I'm going to ask you to share up this live. So what is happening? The Watch Out My Children, Watch Out My Children is having a march and rally out of this world. It is going to be amazing. The energy is going to be electrifying. People are coming out. People are not afraid, no longer afraid. People are saying, away with victimization. Do what you want to do with me. When it comes on to my children, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to come out and line the streets. People are coming out. People are donating. People are calling for T-shirts. Let me tell you something. And you think this this is about love for our children. Nothing about hate here. All about love for our children. So you share, man. I need the people to come in to let them know what is happening. What is happening? What is happening? Listen, share, 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 share. Where my people at? Where my people at? We're going to share and let them know you're watching on Cara Vision. Call somebody and let them know that we are on. And this is the army. We are forming an army throughout the region. And we're saying, leave the children alone. In Barbados, they say, left the children alone. In Jamaica, we say, left the picnic them alone. If you're watching me from another country, what would you say? What do you say in your vernacular or your patois or whatever it is that you have? In Bajan, they say left the children alone. In Jamaica, we say left the picnic them alone. All right, left the picnic them or left the picnic them. What is it that you would say? What do you say in St. Vincent to something like that? Because we're going to have to say it, we are going to have to send this all about and let them know. Right? And let them know. They got to know. Don't touch the children. And it is because they touch the children why the support is so strong. The support is so strong. I am sitting here. People are coming in right now. Right now, the placards are being made outside my door here. People volunteering, y'all. People not just bringing money, but they're bringing things in kind. Because, listen, they are saying, Yes, Olufemi. Yes, welcome, Olufemi. Olufemi saying the entire Caribbean needs to support each other in the spiritual battle. We cannot afford for the evil spirit to get hold of our most precious possessions, our children. No, not on our watch. So watch out, my children. Say, not on our watch. Not on our watch. So this is what is happening out there. This is what is happening. And we want to be able to to say a couple things, and just as you hear it from us, what are the objectives? What are the objectives of this march and this rally? What are the objectives? I mean, do you realize how everybody is just like bent out of shape about this rally? Do you realize that? Do you all realize that we are this rally is on the lips of everybody? Somebody said they heard me on the news this morning. They had another speaker the day before on another newscast, and this is happening and that is happening. It is all over Barbados. It is all over Barbados, and not just Barbados, but the entire Caribbean. So we're going to, as you are sharing, I can see the numbers are going up and up. And guess what, guys? I have for you later in the program, Mr. Winston Clark is here, and he is just going to be telling us about some of the things he's doing and why he is part of this. Why did he consent? I know that those that are scared are spreading propaganda, and we're not going to spend much time on that because we have so much good things happening. Some of them spreading propaganda saying that Winston is in charge of the march and rally, and so they start to attack him. No wonder they're attacking him, because he was part of the group that led this huge protest in Barbados. So they're worried and thinking they're thinking he's the person at the that is leading it. But no, this is watch out, my children. Winston has been asked to be part of it, but they're nervous. They're all nervous. So then what they're going to do? They're going to attack people personally. But listen, folks, so many good things are happening. People are calling in for shirts. People are calling in, and you know what? They want shirts. They want to know where to assemble. The prayer groups are calling in, and they want to know, can you send us prayer requests? We want to pray for you. So many good things, yeah? So we're excited. Let me just let you know the mission of Watch Out, My Children. What is the mission? Our mission is to safeguard and protect the development and the future of the nation's children against threats to values and faith, while preserving the traditional family. And just a little history all about Watch Out, My Children before I go into all the great news. Listen, what do you remember? How many of you remembered when I went out on the road by myself? I staged a protest by myself. Who remember? If you remember that, put a note in the chat, because people People seem to people seem to forget. They have short memories. Okay, so I'm going to bring it up on my screen so that you can see what happened when I went out. Okay, so I went out, and I'm going to share with you my screen. Right, I went out, and can you guess the date? Would you believe the date? This is so uncanny. I went out. This is me there. This is me there. I went out on October the 10th, 2022 is when I went out. Carolyn remembered. I went out there by myself. By myself. I went out. I made no announcement to anybody. The media came and found me out there. And that was my sign. And that was me right there. For those of you who forget, I was by myself, and that's how Watch Out My Children started. I went out there by myself, did not invite anybody to come with me, right? I went out by myself, and this is what I'm saying to you guys. I'm so excited to see the support now, and I need you all to understand something, when they are going to put out these things, and they're trying to get people not to come out, so then they are putting out all the negativity. They think it bothers me. It doesn't bother me. That's me by myself out there. That's me. I was out there by myself, October 10th, saying apology not enough. That's me. I was out there by myself, so I don't need a crowd, if you understand what I mean. But people are going to come. I tell you this, people are going to come. And even if they're not coming, they're sending in donations. People are upset. People are scared. People are nervous. And this is one of the reasons that they are nervous, right? Pat Eastman said, I remember, yes, Pat, by myself. And that's how Watch Out My Children started. It started just there because of this IDB test. The IDB test, the inappropriate IDB test that was given to students without parental consent, without parents' permission, without the children understanding what they were doing. And at that time, I went out there by myself, right? Not endorsed by anybody, pay my own way, whatever had to be paid. And I was out there standing on the corner. And listen, I tell you, I felt a little shame sometimes. I was a little ashamed. I felt a little shame, Pat, to be honest with you. I felt a little fear. That night before, my husband will tell you, I sat there, Pat and Carolyn, because the both of you remember, and I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I was so scared. What are people going to say? I was nervous about the whole thing, but I did it afraid. I went doing it afraid. I was nervous, but I went. And I want to say to those of you who are watching, I know some of you, you're sending the money, but you don't really want to come out. Listen, break that fear and come out. Break the fear and come out. Get out there on Saturday, man. Don't be afraid. I sat there the night before. I was so nervous. I was saying, my goodness, I'm going to look like a fool. People are going to laugh at me. And I'm standing out there. But you know what? The cause, something burning inside of me, man. Burning inside of me. The cause was so strong. I had to go out there. I had to go out there by myself, and I don't regret it. And while I was out there, I hear the horns blowing. Parents were doing the horns, and they were shouting at me and waving at me, and people came and stood with me out there because, they were standing in solidarity. Come on, share up the life, people. Share up the life. Share up the life. And that is me there. So for those of you, I heard that someone was planning to do a show on me. Yes, I think I'm very important then. You're spending your whole morning and doing a show just on me. It's a pity you didn't send and get my bio, because I would be able to show you all the work I've done for children in this country over the last 23 years. It's been so much work that I've done for the children of Barbados. So it's no wonder that I would have gone out by myself. Anybody who knows me, I'm all about the children. I've worked with children for my entire time in Barbados, actually. I work with children and the youth. So it's no wonder I'm doing this. So, so yeah, I went out for this, but I didn't just go out for the ITB. Who remembers about the GIS? Anybody from Barbados on here? Let me just move my picture here a little bit, and I'm gonna put it back up. But for right now, let me just also share with you that what happened with the GIS. Right? Who remember this headline? Who remembers this headline? Okay. Who remembers this? You see this headline here? Investigations find no evidence of abuse at GIS. This was April 15, 2022. You see, when we say A, we have to say B. People say, why are you going out on the street? This here, you see this? This happened April. This was April 2022. If you have a short memory, I'm going to bring back the things to your remembrance. Yeah, that's scripture. So I'm going to bring it back to your remembrance. Who remembered that in April 2022, they said that there was no abuse at GIS? Who remember this? When girls were coming on my show and talking about being kicked in their heads by staff, beaten in their belly, stand up in their back, beat them, kick them, tap them, burst them out, burst the ribs, all of that was happening. That's what they told us. And through this show, the Marcia Week show, what did we do? I asked a question to people who were watching. I said, listen, what are we going to do? Everybody who's watching, and we decided on this show, we decided we are going to have a meeting on Zoom, and we are going to do a march. Can anybody out there remember this? Who remember? It happened right here on the show when the march was held for GIS. Who remember that march? That march, the genesis of that march is right here on this show, on the Marcia Week show. It's the genesis of this march, the GIS, the one that marched on Black Rock and go right down to the psychiatric ward. Who remember that march? Yes, Sonia, remember it. It happened on this show. So I want to let everybody who trying to think that, oh, we're jumping on a bandwagon and where they come from and their motives. The motive is right here. We are the ones that started that GIS, that prompted it and brought the ladies together. We had a meeting on my Zoom on the Sunday night, and we came together. Yes, and then we went out and marched. Yes. Yes, correct, Sonia. When it came on and the little girl said they break her jaw. But the same government here said that there was no evidence of abuse at GIS. Now, this is the same government that has put out this protection bill, this child protection bill, where there are issues with this bill and people say, leave them alone, they're going to fix it. If we did not make a stink about it, what has happened to GIS and those students would still be happening today. If we did not go out and march, if we did not write in the newspaper. My friends, they wrote in the newspaper. We went out and we marched. We had meetings, letters. We got donations. We did all of these things as women and came together concerning GIS until it locked down. And I said on this show that that place was going to be closed down. I said it. In fact, I said to burn it down is what I said, actually. To be honest, I said burn down GIS. Burn it down. Take the people them out of it and burn it down. Burn down the building. Destroy it because of the abuse that was happening to our children. Who remember that? And guess what? What has happened to GIS? Tell me, what happened to GIS? Closed down. Closed down. After they said that there was no evidence at GIS. Huh? It's closed down. This is after they say that there was no evidence of any abuse. Now they are saying, oh, because thank God for that lovely woman from she's from St. Lucia, Dujon. You hear that name? Any Lucians listening to me? Guys, share up the live. Don't share up the live. Any Lucians watching me? Thank God for that lovely St. Lucian woman sticking out her neck for the children of Barbados. I am from Jamaica and I'm sticking out my neck for the children of Barbados. Veronica Evelyn from Antigua, and guess what? She's sticking out her neck for the children of Barbados. And I'm saying, Bajan, where we at? And I'm telling you, they are coming, my Bajan people. When my Bajan people come in, listen, they're coming in, Sonia. They're coming in, the people calling for the t-shirts, the people sending in their donations, the people calling and giving well wishes, the prayer teams calling. It is happening, y'all. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. The same thing when it happened when we did the march. We started that march. The call for the march was done on this show. On this show, the call for that march was done. Yes? And that was April. And October, I went out on my own when they did the other infringement against our children with the IDB test. I went out on my own in October 10th. October 22nd, Watch Out My Children was formed, and we went out again. Yes? December 10th. What's this with this 10th thing? Only today I realized, Sonia and Pat and Carolyn, Olufemi, I realized there is a thing with 10th, October 10th, December 10th. Saturday is what? January 10th. You don't think there is something divine about what's going on? Huh? You don't think there is a divine hand moving? And that's why, man, from morning I am here, I work, and then I run out and I'm dancing and I'm excited and I feel the victory is coming for the children of the Caribbean. Hey, anybody feel it? I am so excited. I am so excited. If he did it for GIS and that closed down, let me tell you, this bill is going to be fixed, yes? And the nutrition policy is going to be fixed because it's victory all the way. Everybody, just put up the V sign. It's something you're doing. It's a realm of the spirit thing, you know. Put up the V sign where you are now. Put up the V sign. If you listen me, put up the V sign. Victory all the way. All the way. The same thing that happened with GIS. When we came out with the IDB and went out and march, and Felicia Dujon went on air and she was speaking, the ministry had to come and apologize. If not, it would have been swept under the rug. Now we have parents that are going, they're taking the matter to court. What happened if we said nothing? We ever thought about that? What would happen if we said nothing? So I believe that is why they say, but V, that's right, Carolyn. If you can show me the V, put a V. Everybody, write a V in the comment section. Write a V, because I am telling you, it is victory. We're dealing with spiritual matters here. Spiritual matters. And as much as we're going out there to walk, let me tell you, the church is praying here. You might not see some of them out there, but they're calling for the prayer request. Some of them still a little afraid because of the victimization that happens in this country. Everybody can't manage the victimization like I do. I face it all the time. I go through the victimization. They shut me out of this and shut me out of that, but me not care. Me no business when it come on to children. When it comes on to children, y'all. Share up this live, share up this live, share up this live. Winston Clark is coming on in a few minutes. Winston Clark is going to be on here. And listen, folks, share up this live, because I am telling you, they are somewhere quaking in their boots today. Somewhere quaking, because when this thing was happening with GIS, this show, I spent, and myself and Emmanuel, and we spent weeks and weeks and weeks on that issue until it was dealt with. Victory. So those of you who are on here watching on behalf of other people, you let them know we're dancing for the victory now, because Saturday is going to be so electric. When we begin to move, it's going to feel like an earthquake. There will be an earthquake. It's going to be earthquake. It's going to be like an earthquake for this march and rally. Yeah. When we start to move, it's going to feel like an earthquake rumble is what it's going to feel like, y'all. So you need to share. You need to share. And the police called me yesterday. They're processing the permit. The NCC is processing the permit. So we can't wait till we get those permits in our hands. But we've done all our due diligence. We've done every single thing that we need to do. And so I just want to thank Barbadians. I want to thank Bajans for all that they're doing. Bajans, I say thank you. What is the objective of this march? We are highlighting that parents and various stakeholders have concerns about the Child Protection Bill, nutrition policy, and the recognition of and upholding of parental and child rights in Barbados and the Caribbean. We are promoting the recognition and inclusion of parental rights in the Constitution and in the legislation. We continue to advocate against the violation of parental rights by the Minister of Education through the example of the administration of tests, curricula without parental consent. We are examining the legal aspect and the legal ramifications of the Child Protection Bill. We're highlighting the concerns arising from the nutrition policy, right? Example, the introduction of adolescent-friendly clinics according to WHO standards. Do you all understand what that is? I realize a lot of people aren't reading. Do you understand that section in the nutrition policy? Thank God for Dr. Evelyn who brought it to my attention. The introduction of adolescent-friendly clinics according to WHO standards. Do you realize that in Europe, what is happening with those clinics in Europe is that they're offering healthcare, sexual and reproductive healthcare to minors without the consent of their parents? Do you realize that this is what this is potentially what they're trying to introduce here about what in the nutrition policy? Do you realize if we don't hold them accountable as we did with GIS, that they are going to, the same people who said that there was no evidence of abuse, that they will begin to do all manner of things to our children? Are we comfortable to and are we trusting? This is the same government who said there was no evidence of abuse at GIS. Are we going to trust them with our children? That's the same government here, guys, that's presenting this bill. Advocate for the right of parents to withdraw their children from participation in activities that contradict their faith and their values. These are some of the things that we are raising awareness of. Raising awareness of factual and possible traumatic and psychological impact of adopting a CSE approach to sex education. We will continue to educate on the dangers of CSE and sexualizing of our children. Yes, Sharon, a lot of people don't know. They're not reading what is happening. And so on at the march, one of the big news that I have here, guys, and Winston is in the green room. We are going to highlight the sections of the bill on Saturday because we have somebody donated, guys, a huge day screen that can show in the day that we would not even dream to have that kind of money to pay for it. But somebody said, Melissa, man, I will pay for that. I can pay for it and come and we will send somebody and install that screen right there in the square. Once NCC gives us our permission, that's where we're going to be. And they're going to install this big screen, man, that we can show the bill. Because guess what? I'm getting calls. People in government sit there, they send messages. Yeah, they're worried. We're going to show the bill and we're going to show you. You think we're making noise? And then they call us dangerous. They say we're dangerous. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you, the people are donating. I am so excited. When we started off, we didn't hardly had any money. Hardly had any money. Today we can pay some bills, and people still bringing in money because we still have a few things left, So let me tell you, if you want to donate, please make sure you call us because we still have a few things left. Don't forget to get your t-shirt, right? But it's all coming together. And I told you 1:30, I will have Winston Clark on. The man, they fear this man here. They fear this man. Mr. Clark, how you doing? How you doing today?
Doing quite well, Marcia. How are you? I can
Good.
see you're happy. You're brilliant. I love it.
Oh God, Winston, I am so excited. I am so happy because of the kind of support and the quarters that the support is coming from. Right? And I want to tell these people, when they think it is safe, peace and safety, it's going to be sudden destruction for this government if they don't stop. If they don't leave these children alone, when they think it is peace and safety, it is going to be sudden destruction for them. And I'm not talking about, violence against anybody, but I'm telling you that they're going to get the shock of their lives if they don't leave the children alone. Because Winston, the support that we're getting, the calls that we're getting, and the people coming up here and donating their time, donating money, donating a big screen. When I was told we wanted to show, do the screen in town, I was saying to myself, but we can't afford that. And before, not even a full hour, somebody call in and they say, listen, man, listen, we gonna cover that. You get in the screen.
Yes.
Oh my God. Winston, talk to me. I know you're a busy man. You've been doing some work in the schools and so on. Tell me some of the schools that you've been in, because you're quite busy, but you find the time to still be, on the show. So tell me some of the schools. What are the schools that you're involved in?
I've been at St. Mary's Primary, Milton Lynch, All Saints, St. Giles, a number of schools. I speak at schools, with Little Gentlemen's Clubs. I do a lot of charitable work. I do not publicize. I don't allow anyone to take photos or anything, but we do a lot of charity. So regularly in communities, giving out hampers, clothing. If they're fire victims, we do that. We just try to do this and expect by word of mouth. So people approach us and we're able to do a lot of stuff for people.
Well, can I just say that I spoke with a principal only this week who had such glowing reports about you. And she was like, listen, he came for 4 weeks and he worked with our children. And he just, she was going on and on about you. And you know what I love about this? You know me. I love to see people reform themselves. And I know that what she loved was that you were able to tell them, talk to the children from your own experience. Because you were telling them, that you went to jail and you had certain experiences, but you were able now to talk to the children, right?
You see, the thing about it is that my past experiences, I'm not proud of them, but I'm not ashamed of them because they've made me into the person I am. And every day I'm trying to make compensation, retribution in some way for my past. But it has made me into a stronger individual, and it allows me to have the hands-on experience to speak to people. I speak to police associations, I speak to parents, I speak to community groups, I speak to many people about what I've been through and what to look for in their children so that they can stop them before they head the same way. What people tend to dwell on are your past exploits, right? And it's the past, okay? What people don't look at are some of the accomplishments you have made during that past, okay? And I don't, as I said, I don't publicize. You know, okay, what I've been through and what I am now, okay? And I believe that what you do, people like yourself, Emmanuel, Bongo like Lamumba, those Fred Corbin, the many people who come together and speak out and inform people and educate. You are a lot of people, a lot of you are the people I try to emulate. You understand? I feel so good. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Just being around you people, the brotherhood, the fraternity, the enthusiasm, and the altruism. No, not about yourself. It's about others. It's about the love.
Can I just stop you right there, because I need people to know that all those names that that Winston mentioned are all the people that worked alongside Winston to put on one of the largest protests in Barbados. Yeah,
Independent protest.
huh?
It's right. The largest has ever it's history. It's history. You know, it's gone down in history. You know, we're not governmental. Okay, we're not affiliated with any government entities, any political entities. You understand? We came as individuals together, and we accomplished something that has never been done before. Okay.
And that came, I want to say that came from unity. And that's, guys, you're listening to me. They are banking on us. They are banking on us not working together. You see, if they can get us to not work together, then they have won. And so, because we know that, guys, we're going to do everything we can to come out there on Saturday and come together. Because what they think, you know, normally in Barbados, they know that they don't work together. People don't work together. But the power of that march that you had, and Bongo Lights and Lumumba, and everybody had. Right?
Sorry about that. I want people to understand. Are you hearing me?
There's a feedback that's happening. I'm not sure. Do you have feedback?
I was accepting.
You might need to go out and come back on.
Sorry about that. That's okay. Because I'm getting these calls coming in. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. What was I saying? Anyway, I was saying that what I want people to realize is and read for themselves and look at the bills that are being passed. I want them to look at the bills already, read for themselves, and ask questions about what they do not understand. Because the law is very, very funny, and it is down to interpretation. Now, today, it could be interpreted one way, but between now and next week, and somebody wants to look at it from a different angle, it can be interpreted as something else. And when these people put things in place,
Hello. Okay, so he's stuck there a bit. He's stuck there, but can you hear me, guys? Can anybody hear me out there? Sharon, can you hear me? Give me a feedback. Give me thumbs up now if you can hear me. But he's going to probably come off and come back on. So I'm going to wait for him to come off and come back on. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay, so he is back on. He is back on. Hi, Winston.
I expected this, though. I expected something like this. You know, I know how it is. So I expect these interferences, right?
Yes.
I was saying, I haven't had a chance to speak really about the bill, this protection bill, the child justice bill, the nutrition, whatever it is they're planning on passing. I have not spoken on any media relevant to it. Okay? So I was more surprised to hear on Sunday that the Barbados Labour Party had a meeting and my name was mentioned. All right? They said that we are spreading misinformation. All right? And that we're being nasty. Okay? Now, I can't see anybody spreading more misinformation than what they spoke about on Sunday. Because first thing, I am not the organizer of this. I was invited to speak by yours truly, and I thank you. Okay, and then this has no political affiliation whatsoever. This is about people who would naturally care. So they were the people who were spreading the misinformation. And you know, when you start wrong, you end wrong. All right. But anyway, what people need to do is to look and realize that every time the government passes legislation, that they should come before us, the real stakeholders of this country, because it will be affecting us, the parents and the children. And there's no legislation that should be passed without our intervention, without our opinion, without our concurrence. Okay? And that is what is needed. And when you have legislation that is so worded in such a way that it can mean more than one thing, it's ambiguous, you have to be very careful. All right? You have to be very, very careful. So that's what I want. I will elaborate on that on Saturday. All right? I won't be too long, but it will be effective. It's going to be sweet. Expect it. It's going to be really sweet. Marcia.
It seems as though whenever turn off your mic, when I'm speaking, then mute, and let's see if that would help with the sound. Mute your mic.
Okay. Okay, I am. Yeah, okay, good. I was saying that I want everyone to come out on Saturday. Okay, come Saturday, 10 a.m. Kensington Oval. Okay, we take the walk up together. We go to Independence Square, all in unity, all in love, all together, because we have a mission. All right, we have a mission. We are rallying around each other. And when we speak, you will be in for some information that you never knew before. It is going to be so sweet. I'm telling you, you're going to speak about it for years after. I'm telling you, all right? I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know,
it's going to be wonderful. All right?
You know, I just say this to you before you go. I had this up earlier, because I was saying, you know, we got our group, we got, you know, I won't call the name from the official right here in my phone, telling us that why it's not necessary for us to march. So there are people from the government, and I just had this coming in on my phone on why it's not necessary for us to march, because they said that it is that the parliamentary bill is a draft bill. But the point is that it was presented in the House 2 times. This was the second presentation. And because they did not come to us, here's the thing. If we are to ever sit down and have nothing to say about this at this time, we are making a sad mistake. Listen, look at this situation here, Winston. I'll soon turn on your mic. This is the same government that came and told us that there was no evidence of abuse at GIS. We need to send a message to them that this was April 2022. So they have set a track record that we can't trust you. We are concerned because you told us that there was no abuse when we were meeting children who were abused, people who came on this show, and people who showed us abuse. We met with children and showed us the scars on themselves. We met parents. While the government was saying there was no abuse, it wasn't until there was activism in the country, when we had the march, and Emmanuel and people like myself kept at it, before they begin to admit that there was abuse. So what we're saying is that, yes, we're not stupid. We understand the bill hasn't been passed yet. We understand, and that's why we're making the noise now. And we're saying to you, go back to the drawing board with that bill, right? Is what we're saying to you. So we're not stupid. So this official that has sent this message to someone on our team, I won't call their name. We're letting you know we're not stupid. We understand what we're doing. We understand. It's called activism. It's called making your voice be heard. You want us to be quiet, but what we're telling you, until we feel comfortable with what's happening in this country about our children, we're not stopping there. You can't stop us. Go ahead, Winston.
What I'm saying here is that this Barbados Labour Party government in 1981 they signed on as a signatory to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. In 2000, this same Barbados Labour Party government ratified that convention. And one of the fundamental rights of the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights is that every citizen must be able to participate in governance and legislation. We are not arguing that there should not be a bill. We are saying that we should have an opinion and we should be given a voice in that bill because it will affect us and our children. Remember, a country's greatest asset is people, and our children are the future of this country. We must have an opinion. We must be able to say, and when there are things that we query, we need to understand. We need to ask questions. We need to fully understand. So when you are saying we don't understand, true, we don't understand because you're speaking ambiguously when you're passing legislation. So that is what we want. We want to be included. We want inclusive legislation. We are asking for what is our fundamental right. I thank you, Marcia.
Mic is muted. I know you're pretty busy, Winston, with all the stuff you're doing. I mean, as I said, I was just amazed at the gushing reports I got from this particular principal of the work in the schools in Barbados, and we are honored to have you speaking on the stage. And I want to thank Bunga Lights is going to be speaking as well. Last time Lumumba spoke and Emmanuel spoke. These are guys in the forefront and who've been doing a great work. And I'm so happy to see that you guys have come back together because they are banking on disunity. Once we're disunited, once there is disunity among us, they're happy. Because that's the only way they're able to go and get away with what they want to do. I want to remind Barbados again, Winston, I want to let you go, but you're instrumental in this as well. Do you remember when they were planning to do safe zones in Barbados? Who remembers that? Anybody listening, when they were going to divide us, we can't go here, and like they were doing in Trinidad, and it was the people of Barbados who rose up and said, hell no. No safe zones in Barbados. You remember that, Winston?
Yes. Yes, I do. I remember that, right? It's not something that a lot of people remember, but it's something we should. All right? No safe zones in Barbados. All right? And if we don't speak up about these things, these people will take it beyond. And then we'll be just sitting down and just accepting everything that is done. It can't be that way, please. We can't let it be that way.
Winston, thank you so much for being on. I really, really appreciate it. And we're going to see hear more on Saturday. On Saturday, guys, our speakers, one of the things that we do with our speakers is that we ask them to send their points ahead of time on what they're going to speak on. And we prepare, it's not something people don't just come up and say what they want to say. And for all of our rallies and anything that we've had, even when I went out by myself, if you would remember, I had a piece of paper reading from because I wanted the media to be very, very clear about what it is, why I'm out there. And you didn't hear me bashing any particular group. I was dealing with the particular issue at hand. And the issue at hand is this child protection bill. And it is also the nutrition policy. And those are the things that we're dealing with. It's not there. We're not a bunch of homophobic people, as they're trying to say. And we are not there trying to hurt anybody. We're standing up for parental rights and child rights. Thank you so much, Winston. I know he has to run. God bless you. See you on Saturday. Yeah, but folks, we are out there and we are addressing a particular thing, the same thing that we did when it was the GIS situation. And I know a lot of you would remember Steve would have come on to the program talking about the GIS. And it was, Steve would remember that the genesis of that march that was held. I'm going to actually even try to see if I find it here. The GIS March, the Genesis was right here on the show. It was right here on the show. Yeah. It was held here in Barbados, and this is no different. So, so when people are going to say that this is all political, what you all need to know is that, guess what? All political parties have been invited to this march and rally. Just so you know, okay? Now the question is going to be, who is going to turn up? But they've all been invited. They've all been invited. Invitations have been sent to key ministers of government, of this present government. Invitations have been sent to the APP, has been sent to the DLP, have been sent to all political parties. So I don't know. I don't know where they get this thing that it is political, but you know how it is. It's a distraction. But all the distraction that is happening, will not take away from the fact that we do not trust this government when it comes on to our children. We have done a couple of things. One is with the GIS, the way that was handled, the IDB test, remember that? Then let's talk about this thing in St. Philip. I said that I wasn't going to make mention of it, actually, and but I'm going to make mention of it today, because I was now privy to some more information. And one of the things about me is that I'm not going to come on here to speak about things that I don't believe or that I haven't checked out. I like to speak about things that when I stand up, I stand up on my 2 feet and they're flat-footed, and I feel like I'm standing on truth. And yesterday and today, I was able to speak with a pastor that I respect. And I have been, since I've been to this country, this has been someone that I respect highly. And he was able to say to me that, it was reported to him by the person who saw it, that the parents who saw the sign at St. Philip, the sign that, the gender signs that were on the board, that had on the bathroom, that had boy and girl, right? And then those that the gender neutral signs that were on the bathroom, that they said that this pastor is telling me that it is confirmed that they were there, but that they were taken down. And he further said that could be the reason. He's asserting that could be possibly the reason why that was not shown by CBC. When CBC shown all the signs that they said, we saw all the signs that they said that were donated. We just didn't see the signs on the bathroom signs. We didn't even see the bathroom. However, the person who took the picture of it the next day then began to circulate it. And I'm hearing that from a pastor that I respect. And if you notice, go and check my page. I didn't post anything of those signs because I wasn't sure. Because, Steve, people can make up things and create problems. And I said, no, I'm not going to be party to that. But after I heard, it was yesterday I heard, I had knowledge of that. And then I called today to verify. And they could tell me which parent it is. I won't call any names on the program, but we have some receipts, is what I'm saying. And it's because of these kinds of things why there is an uneasiness among parents. So we had the GIS issue, the IDB test that was given to students with inappropriate questions. Then this issue with the signs that were put on the door, and that parents are saying that were on the door. And then there was a denial. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm just going, there's someone who I trust told me, yes, Marcia, the signs were there. Then I believe that person. And I'm saying that it's because of all these things why there is a distrust, why people are not are not happy, and why we're seeing such support for this march and rally. So even for those who are saying that there is no need to march, there is no need, we have to march. It is now that we need to march. It is now. We will not be shut up. It is now that we need to march. How can we trust you after what happened with the GIS if we did not march with the GIS? In instance, with the girls' industrial schools, when there was so much abuse there, and you told us that there was no abuse. You remember that? Do you remember when you administered the tests to the children with the inappropriate questions? Do you remember that? Yeah. And because of that, we don't feel like we can wholeheartedly trust you. And then here is this thing that we were told it's not so, but then the parents who saw it, people. And it is because of these things why there's an uneasiness. And so we are not sure what's going to happen for September, because we don't know. And that is why we're coming together tonight. Remember, I told you we have great things to announce. Listen, Caribbean countries are coming together like nobody's business. Unity is happening around the Caribbean, and they are staging something tomorrow. They're staging a rally at 7:30. Watch out, look out for it. This is a rally, and guess what? This rally is about supporting Barbados. They are supporting Barbados. The rally, they are coming together from Bahamas. That fiery speaker from Bahamas, Cassius, I can't remember his name. I believe I have all the speakers here. That it's happening and it's being organized, coming out. The lead work of which is happening in Trinidad, and they're sending me the poster here. Cassius Stewart from Bahamas will be on. Reverend Ricardo Lees from Bahamas. Dr. Ferdinand Nichols from Bahamas, Dr. Wayne West from Jamaica, Brother Umar Abdullah from Trinidad and Tobago, and we might tentatively have Veronica Evelyn from Barbados. Listen, and yours truly, I'll be on as well. So listen, this is not about just about Barbados. This is not just about us here. The rest of the Caribbean, they're concerned. So are we going to tell the rest of the Caribbean that it's political while they are concerned? That it's political reasons? No, man, it's gone way beyond political. This is nothing to do with political. This has nothing to do with political, nothing. Yeah? What this has to do is an uneasiness. We are seeing what is happening in North America, and we are concerned. Those that are in the Caribbean are concerned, right? There's so many things that we see happening all about. You know, look at let me see if I had something here. Now people say that this is anti-gay. But you know that there are some groups that are against this kind of over sexualizing our children, some gay groups, and in fact they were deplatformed by Google. Look at this, guys. This is what I want to say to people, why it is that we cannot stop. Do not let them let you stay home. Don't listen to them. This here, Google, PayPal, Venmo, crack down on anti-groomer account. Okay? These digital accounts associated with gays against groomers, their Twitter account were shut down this week in what appears to be a coordinated crackdown by big tech, right? According to emails and screenshots shared with Daily Caller News Foundations. So what we are fighting against is what this group is fighting against. And as I spoke to somebody today, there are gay people that have children. So I don't understand how this become, when we're talking about parental rights and child rights, and you're telling us that we are anti-gays. Listen, these are gay people that are against children being taught over sexualized content in the education curriculum. These are gays against children being taught about gender fluidity. They are against it. And what did they do? They cracked down on them. They cracked down on them. Google, PayPal, Venmo, they cracked down on them. this is a very, very serious thing, y'all. Very, very serious thing. So this is not anything, no, this is not no anti-gay. Listen, adults are free to do whatever they want to do. But you see, when it comes on to children, leave them out. And that is why this woman is involved. Yeah. This woman is involved because of the children. This is because of the children. Why? You see, I went out on the road on October 10th. That's me there. Going out on the road. I went out on October 10th, 2022. This is not uncommon for me. Yeah. And that's how Watch Out My Children was born, coming out of that. Yes. And here again, we are going to be out on Saturday. Guys, if you don't know the number, I'm going to put the number on the screen because we're going to close off very soon. And I'm going to ask you to share the live. You're going to be on again tomorrow evening, y'all. Tomorrow evening, the Caribbean they're coming to hold up our hands, Barbados, and they say, go for it. Don't be intimidated. Yeah, don't be intimidated by them. Don't be intimidated from these talk shows, these people who hide behind they hide behind their screen and say whatever they want to say. I don't hide behind my screen. I go out. That's me out there on the road. That's me out there. I don't hide behind no screen. I go out on the road. I talk my talk, and then I find myself doing something. Right? So if you want to join us, give me a call. No, that's the number on the screen. Give us a call. You want a t-shirt to come out? Give us a call on the screen, right? And we want again to say thanks to Barbados. Listen, we're getting donations. We're getting people volunteering their services to us. People donating kind and cash to make this happen. People are calling and encouraging. People are praying for us. There are just so many great things that are happening for us, and it's all victory all the way. And I am super duper excited. I am so excited because you know what? I can feel the unseen hand leading. What are the odds that all these tents involved, right? October 10th was the first time I went out on this particular issue. December 10th, we had a rally. Now it's June 10th. And I only saw that this morning when I was going over some material. I'm like, what? All of these are tents? What is this? It feels like there is an unseen hand here. Yes, Brian Taylor, they poke a sleeping lion. I will tell you, come out Barbados and let's go. They're going to get the shock of their lives because whether Bajans actually come out or not, the point is there's so many of them that are just disgruntled. There's so much there is, and that's why I said these officials are messaging us from the team. They're trying to dissuade us from going out. And look, in the next coming days, all that's going to happen. Look, and you will see all that's going to happen in the next coming days. They're going to try to do a whole lot of mudslinging. They're going to try to call me all kinds of names. They're going to call Felicia all kinds of names. They're going to try to destroy our credibility. They're going to say we did this and we said that. Oh, they're going to do everything to dissuade you. But listen, just be persuaded in your heart. Do not listen to them. They are the same ones who told us that there was no issue at GIS. These are the same people. These are the same people who administered the IDB test. It's the same people. And it's the same people that is alleged that put the signs up, got those signs donated and brought into Barbados and put up on the bathrooms, as per the parents, right? And as I said, it's alleged, as per the parents who saw it and took the pictures, yeah, and told to me by a pastor that I trust. So now I feel comfortable in speaking about it. All right, so I'm going to see you all on Saturday. If you don't have the t-shirt, wear white. Wear white. If you don't have the t-shirt, call us now. Give us a call. Donations. We're still accepting donations. We still have a few things out there that we're still trying to raise another $3,000, which I know by the end of today, that's going to come in. I'm believing that. Hey, who believing with me? Yeah, put up your victory sign. That little remaining of money, that's going to come in, and we're going to be able to cover everything. All right. Bless you, Brian. Yes, Brian. See you there. See you there. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brian. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And thank you, Barbados. Thank you, Caribbean. Thank you. Thanks to Naeem, who's working to coordinate the Caribbean event tomorrow. So look out for that Caribbean event, and whenever you see it, just share it. We don't have the money to do all that PR, so you've got to share it for us. Okay. God bless you. Bye bye.